So it's time to open up the conversation tonight and get some more voices on the matter as we keep exploring the world of daytime sex, this topic of ours for the evening. Spilling the tea tonight, we have a group of nameless guys here. So, just between us Casanovas.
So I'm going to start with asking you both. Does anyone here have regularly daytime sex?
All the time. Whenever I get an opportunity, I think I'll dash at it.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think regularly, but occasionally, yes, why not? If the opportunity occurs.
I like to see what I'm doing, so I prefer doing it in the light.
That's why you put on the lights during the evening.
Yeah, but
After 9.
After 9. I like to do it before 9. Breakfast, lunch.
Yeah, me too. In the mornings, quickly, maybe sneak out a little bit, go and find yourself a piece of meat, have some daytime fun.
When was the first time you tried this? Come around, you've got to tell me. You've now raised this topic here. And I've got
Sure. The first time, well, I was in a steadfast relationship for a long time.
You're cheating slut.
No, never cheated.
That's a good question. Did you do it while you were cheating?
While you were cheating?
While you were in a relationship? Or cheating twice?
No.
Double cheat.
No. I don't believe in cheating. But yeah, when I was single, the first time that someone approached me on Grindr and said, well, where can we meet up? And I said, well, coffee sounds like a nice plan, innocent.
But always, I've got to stop you. This is just this thing about coffee. Do you want to have coffee? I always tell people, no, I want to fuck. It just saves you
at that time, I thought coffee was the ideal way to eventually lead up to something, and then we didn't even have coffee. We passed the entire...
That's exactly why. It's a waste of planning. It's a waste of anything.
Exactly.
It's just you just cut straight to...
Don't even ask for coffee. Just ask me, do you want to fuck or don't want to fuck?
There we go. And so, yeah.
So what do you think about people that don't do that? People that rather just, hey, can you want to have coffee next day? And they end up just cheating. Because we know they exist.
Yeah, they do exist.
Oh, I mean, I've been on the receiving a while. I've been on the other end of that, where people have cheated in relationships with me. And I had a classic...
It's always the story.
That's right. I was single. When I'm single, I'm a slut.
Me too.
I was single, and like fate wanted it. It was also a daytime thing that happened on one of the whole things. But there were two guys at the same time. So one happened in daytime, and one happened at nighttime. And then one night I was in a club and I was standing chatting to somebody, one of these men at the bar, and then the other one walked in. And
the same guy.
I was the common denominator, having a thing with two different people, one in the day and one in the night. No. It ended up that the two that I was having the thing with were in a relationship and they were cheating. Both were cheating on each other with me. So it ended up quite nasty. Yeah. I walked out unscathed, but...
you can be very lucky, because if it was my boyfriend and I caught you, your dick would be chopped.
But daytime sex is far more exciting than nighttime sex.
No. I think morning sex is the best. Or just before work, if you're...
But it's boring. That's in your own bed.
Oh, who said that? You can do it in the shower, you can do it in the kitchen, you can do it on your way out the door. It's not just in the bed, darling. I'm boring, but not that boring.
I agree with morning sex, and this comes from my student days. I'm going to go back a few years. And this is something that doesn't exist in our modern society anymore. Do you know what a glory hole is?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I've heard about it. I don't know what.
I've heard about it. Now, daytime sex, across from the campus where I studied, was a shopping center. And in that shopping center was a glory hole. Now, I spent more time in lunchtime and during off times between classes doing shopping at Pick and Pay and the glory hole than anything else. And to me, there's nothing more exciting than having sex in public toilets during the day.
So who were in the other side of these glory holes?
Whoever had a hole to put something in.
Aha.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I wanted to know.
That to me is a bit scary. I wouldn't.
No, it's exciting. You don't know what you get. You don't know. Well, of
Exactly,
course-
you don't know what you get. Eight takeaways, here I come. Order.
How
0800.
well do you protect yourself when it's daytime sex? Because as you said, it is during
Well, obviously, it's a glory hole, so there's not much that you can do kind of anally through a glory hole.
Well, it isn't necessary depending on anally. If you have a sore in your mouth or something and that guy comes in your mouth, you still get infected with the virus. You are still possibly to get infected by
Yeah, I've always carried like my stuff with me, so you know you kind of do. But
So would you say you both are 100%
there's
very safe?
condoms in all of my
Absolutely.
bags. There's condoms in my handbag. There's condoms at my place. There's condoms at my work.
so, but
Not that I use it, but
I used to hang out at the glory hole scenes. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, now that we're on that note of daytime sex, can we just get one story from both of you? One really juicy story of a sex incident that happened during the day.
I can give you one. It was also it involved a public toilet. Yes, it did. It did.
No, one kinky bastard.
I used to, public toilets are the best places. I went to, I think, a shopping center, and it's like there wasn't a glory hole, obviously, but there's the openings between the cubicles. And well, one thing led to the other, and one was on his knees and sticking things through. And the security guard walked in, and I don't know why the security guard poked his head in and knocked on the doors and hauled everybody out there. I managed to run away. They still chased after me, like down the road, down. They were still looking for me to this day. I never went back to the same shopping center, but yeah, no.
I wouldn't either. But
Any
yeah,
frightens, any
adrenaline.
adrenaline.
Oh, the adrenaline was awesome. I think that's what 2 weeks
Well, the
later I went
adrenaline was
back.
not the only thing pumping. Yeah. Well, my story is actually not that interesting, but one of my fantasies always have been to have public sex.
Oh.
Whether during the day or night, it doesn't matter, but public sex is like a big turn on for me. And this one guy, one day he said,
your partner?
no, I was single. I don't do the cheating thing. And this one day, this guy came to me and he said, conversation started and alcohol started flowing and weed started coming up. And all that
Chemsex.
kind of stuff.
Chemsex.
No, weed sex. Chemsex is a different story. That's for another day.
Hey.
And we went around the alley and I told him that one of my fantasies is public sex. And in this alley, he just dropped his pants and he said, well, let's get carried on. And I said, well, I'm not protected. I don't have anything with me. So he took out his packet of condoms.
Oh, good.
One thing led to another. And
In the day, in an alley.
late afternoon, yes, say around 4:30-ish.
That's trashy.
So because this was a fantasy of yours, right? And
It's still a fantasy of mine. That wasn't public sex. That was just a public quickie.
yeah, and because then you were not protected, were you going to stop it? Like you did not have any protection on you then. And let's say he did not also have.
At that time, the heat was so pumping. Not everything. The heat was so hot that I don't think I would have stopped. No.
I think that's one of the things that we need to look deeper into. Just the fact that because sometimes it's really that hot and you really can't stop. And what do you suggest people do in such a situation? Should they try or by all means stop?
I think so. For me, it's always been a stop thing. You know, it's like just like wait.
For me too, especially that I know my HIV status. And recently I've tested again and thank God I'm still negative. But
Funny enough, this is the only time that you would want to be negative about anything.
yeah, exactly. The only time. But I think
Gosh, you're so negative.
what was the question again?
How would you advise other people when
if they want to stop?
To stop. Or the quickest way to find protection, or if they really are that desperate.
The quickest way I would be a chemist or
Yeah.
a Pick and Pay. Everybody sells. And I think
most public toilets nowadays have the government-issued condoms. So it's not that difficult to get hold of.
And I really think, sorry, Ryan, I was joking about the negative thing here, but I really think that's one time in your life that you have to be negative.
Yeah.
And you've got to do the no, because if you don't...
But then again, also some guys come to you and the heat is so on that they would say anything just to get in your pants. Even if they are positive, they would say they are negative just to have that fun quickly. And that is also what scares me a little bit. So...
What are your thoughts on guys that come to you in the day and like, oh, well, I'm on PrEP and I don't have protection. Can we do this?
I still wouldn't.
I still wouldn't either, because even though PrEP is a precaution method,
It is.
there's still stuff that can go wrong.
No, I agree. I fully agree. It would be a no. It will be a negative.
That's what
Another negative. All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you very
Carry
much.
on with this conversation another time.